with Mickey!
I should say that for one of my favorite movies. That's a question.
Hi everybody.
What's up everyone?
Welcome back to our channel. If you aren't already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like these kinds of videos, give us a thumbs up. We're doing a Q&A.
I'm super excited about this. I just got to look at the questions like 5 minutes ago. I thought I was going to be able to have them up on my phone too. And of course she said they're not going to be in the same order on your phone.
No, they're not, because I sent them to her out of order. It's okay, right? So thank you to everybody that sent us questions on Instagram, on YouTube, even on the video we just put out recently.
Yes.
We got lots of things to talk about today.
I know, I'm super excited.
I never realized until we started videoing how much I use my hands to talk.
Oh, me too. It's so hard not to, actually. It's more like I'm more comfortable if I'm using my hands to talk. When I'm like not, I'm like stiff. I'm not as relaxed.
Yeah, I get that. We're going to start with some that we got from Instagram. Is it hard being LGBT in America?
In the grand scheme of things, no. I get compared to other countries. Maybe other places, I don't know. It depends where you're comparing it to.
Right. For us personally, I would say no, it's not been super hard.
Especially so now versus when we came out. This is gonna date us again.
Forever ago.
16 years ago, it was a lot different.
There's been a lot of progress.
Yeah, in the last 10 years it's changed a lot. When we were in high school, like both of us went through our own kind of battle with other people's, and like for me it was a lot of other people's parents. Yeah. But even like that generation has come more around nowadays. Yeah.
If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
You get to answer this one first.
I want to fly.
What else did we choose? There was like an animal and you wanted to be a bird.
Yeah, because again, I want to fly.
Yeah, you really want to be able to fly.
That was on our Would You Rather video.
I think I might want to be invisible. I like to like observe things, and
yeah, I could see that.
I'm much more of an introvert. Like I really want to be involved in everything.
Through and through.
But I'm definitely much more of an introvert. So if I could like be involved but not really be there, that'd be cool, right? I don't know.
Being invisible, I think that would be very helpful at times. Will you do Pax's nursery tour? You've actually already done Pax's nursery tour.
It's up here somewhere.
We'll go ahead and put that link up there. Was it difficult to come out to your family?
Difficult? No. The way I did it, I don't recommend. I sent an email. Again, introvert. My
coming out story is really, really difficult for me. And I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not personally ready to talk about that to the world. Maybe someday I will. I don't know. No, it was not easy.
Yeah, I was there during that time.
It was not a good time in my life. What are 3 names that we like if we have a daughter? We haven't talked a ton about names for next baby.
Well, okay. We'll link another video here.
We've done a couple baby name videos, but I think we only did one.
We did one with girls' names. I don't remember any of them, I don't think, right now. Meadow
was one of them. We were hooked on Meadow for a little while,
yeah. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. And when it gets closer to that time and we're pregnant, which will be coming, one of us, we're not sure which one yet, we'll make sure we'll do a baby name video. So you guys will definitely have first-hand knowledge on that.
Oh, yeah. How have your lives changed since having a little one? And is your love for each other the same? Our lives have changed in that, I mean, obviously we have this third person in our family, and takes up a large portion of our time in our day, and we love that. We love spending time with him. On the other hand, it definitely takes a lot longer to get things done. So like cleaning the house, or like if we do happen to go out somewhere, which doesn't happen very often anymore, it takes a lot longer to kind of get everything ready, because we have to get ourselves ready, we have to get him ready, we have to pack up the diaper bag, we have to get the stroller in the car, like all of those things. I'd say that was the biggest way it's changed.
Our priorities have changed. Like you said, we have this third person, but this third person is number one. Yeah. Like front and center, number one. Right. Everything we do now revolves around him.
And his schedule.
And
all of that stuff.
And I mean,
sure he has what he needs. By the way, he is here. He's on his playmat over here, currently holding onto his toes and sucking on his thumb at the same time. So you might hear him in the background. I'm sure he will probably join us at some point in the video.
He will, but he's having a good old time right now, so we're going to let him go. And the other part of that question was our love for each other. Is it the same? I don't know if our answers are exactly the same. My answer is no.
In a good way.
I didn't finish. The minute that Pax was born, my love for Ashley just grew. And it's in a way that I could not explain. Like my gratitude for like, oh my gosh, you just carried our child. you brought this being into the world. Oh my gosh, you are so amazing. How did your body do that? I'm not sure. And every day it just gets stronger. Like, I would not want to be a co-mama with anybody else.
Co-mama. That's what we call each other. Co-mama. For me, I would agree, like, my love for her has also increased. I have loved watching her become a mom and watching her, like, build that relationship with Pax. And I've said this before as well, but I have never felt so much support from her as I did throughout my pregnancy. She just completely stepped in and stepped up and did everything she possibly could to make the entire process easy for me. So
I love her, just a teeny
weeny
bit.
We like each other a little bit. What is Pax going to call each one of us? So we've talked about this before. We kind of went back and forth. We originally said we were going to kind of let him decide, but we've kind of naturally... There he is. We kind of naturally started calling her Mama and me Mommy, so I guess that's what we'll go with.
You guess?
Yeah. Because that's just what we've been...
We tried to put it in one video. She got me a necklace that said Mama.
Yeah.
And I tried to show the camera, and I broke it.
The first time she put that. Take two. Pax wanted to join us.
How am I going to talk with my hands now?
Oh, you're not going to be able to. Moving right along. Do you plan on having another baby? If so, when? How many total do you want?
All of the babies.
What?
No, not all of the babies. Not all of the babies. Yes, we plan on having another one.
At least one.
We're going to wait till after he's a year old.
Yeah. Maybe early to mid 2021. We want him to be about 2 years apart. And he's going to be 5 months old next week. I feel like there's such a big difference between 4 months and 5 months. Like, 5 months just seems so much older.
Wait till 6 months.
I know. It's crazy, though. And he likes to stand all the time now.
Are you okay? Okay, we'll sit down.
Any tips for surviving the first trimester of pregnancy? Anxiety, sickness, etc. Eat what sounds good to you. I ate a lot of carbs, all the potatoes. I started eating rice. Anything like that made me feel better. I also found that having a little bit of sugar in the morning, so for me it was like a little bit of orange juice, helped keep some of that nausea at bay. Brittany also was really good about making me drinks to take to work with me that were ginger ale, aloe, and lemon juice maybe.
Could have been. I don't remember. Ginger and aloe are super good for nausea.
So I would take it to work and sip on that throughout the day, and that definitely helps. As far as anxiety goes, I was really anxious in my first trimester. I was really anxious throughout my whole pregnancy, let's be honest. And that's kind of just comes with the territory. For me, it was worrying about like the baby being okay, and me like doing something wrong and causing something to be wrong with the baby and that kind of stuff. But you have to kind of rely on yourself and like tell yourself, your body is meant to do this. It was made to do this. It knows what it's doing. There's really not much you can do yourself that's going to harm anything that's happening in there.
That's the key thing, I think. That's really hard.
And
it was really hard for you.
I can look back on it now and say all these things, but in the moment I had to be like, hey babe, is the baby okay? And she'd be like, he's fine. This is normal.
Yep.
All the time.
And over.
All the time.
And over.
I also, one of the things that helped me is once you're far enough along, you can get a home Doppler to use, so that anytime you do kind of have some of those insecurities or anxieties creep in, you can pop out the Doppler, put it on your belly, and hear a heartbeat, and you, at least for me, I instantly felt much calmer.
Yeah, some people it's made more anxious. Like in the beginning, it made us a little bit more anxious because your placenta or wherever it was in the back, so you couldn't hear it right away.
And there was also one time where I couldn't find the heartbeat, and I had been finding the heartbeat regularly, but it was because it ran out of batteries.
Oh, yeah.
That was not a fun day. I was really anxious that day.
And we didn't really know anything about the little Doppler thing because our friend had given it to us to use, so we were, yeah.
Yeah. And for the partner of the pregnant one, do what you can to just make the other person comfortable, whether that's, making them snacks or making sure they have water or whatever it is. Just support them as best as you can.
Sometimes little back massages can help. Sometimes it can make it worse, too. You just
warm
have to...
baths.
Oh, you loved baths.
I lived in the bathtub.
He loves baths, too.
He does. He loves baths. What did we decide Pax's surname would be? His last name is Brittany's last name.
Shack.
Yep. We thought that would be fair since I carried him and he's biologically related to me, that he has Brittany's last name. So it's kind of the morphing of the two. How is house hunting going?
It's great. We're still hunting.
I have a feeling we're going to be hunting for quite a while.
You want something that's different than the typical house, like your typical house. More unique, yes. That's
we don't want like the typical layout kind of thing.
Like cookie cutter house.
Yeah. We just want it to be a little more unique. And like we said, we want some land.
We don't know how much land, so we're just looking. It'll come when it's meant to come. It took us 1.5 years for this house, and then we still renovated it.
It'll happen when it's meant to. We're not in any rush. What is it like as a non-bio parent to bond with a baby?
Link above. We just did a whole questionnaire on this. Part 1 on Teddy has two mams, and Part 2 on our channel.
How is little Pax doing? Much love from the Netherlands. Pax is fantastic.
Says I getting to be a big boy.
He's so big now. Like every time he wakes up from a nap, Brittany and I was like, I think you grew during your nap.
I just said that when we just took the break and she picked him up, literally. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so much bigger. Yeah, see, he's so much bigger.
He's
and he babbles.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Except for if we're like around somewhere where there's people or it's new
surroundings.
Yeah, new surroundings. Then it takes a while for him. He's just kind of taking it all in. But once he knows his surroundings, man, he's just...
I think that's because he's so used to being around just us and in our house because of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
That he's just so not used to being around other people and stuff. Where have you traveled? We have traveled quite a bit. Hi. He just smiled. We've done a lot of traveling. I did quite a bit of traveling as a kid with my parents. Brittany did as well.
Yeah, so I've traveled more all around the States. And then I did a ski and snowboard trip when I was in college to Switzerland.
I have been out of the country numerous times. I've done a couple cruises. We went to the Mediterranean Sea. I've been to China. I've been to Greece, Turkey, Italy.
All the places.
Yeah, all kinds of places. It wasn't until Brittany and I were together that I did more traveling in the States as well.
Yeah, we did an 8-week road trip all around the country, so.
Highly recommend it. Are we planning any more health videos? Sure, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely do more food and fitness videos for sure.
If there's something specific that you want to know about or you want to see us do, definitely let us know in the comments below. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke? Oh, I do have an answer for this.
You do?
Yes, but let me think, because I can't think of the name. Alicia Keys, No One.
Oh, that is a good one. Mine, I don't know. Mine is going to be something cheesy like Sweet Caroline or something.
I was on that one.
You were on that one. Favorite place to go to de-stress?
Nature.
Be outside.
Nature, yeah.
Yeah. Brittany used to have a secret place at one of the parks nearby that she recently showed me, probably only a year ago.
I did, yeah. I would go hang out there.
And then she forgot where it was.
I was trying to take it
so
there.
we had to wander around a little bit to figure out where it was.
See, it's a secret.
If you could change your name, what would it be?
I don't have an answer for that one.
I don't know either. I've never been a huge fan of Ashley because it was so popular growing up. I was one of like 3 or 4 Ashleys just in my 25-person class. But I don't necessarily know what I would change it to. I was supposed to be Stephanie, I think. So yeah, I don't have a good answer for what I would want it to be. How are Rozzy and Nadia doing? Rozzy's sleeping over here. They're old guys. Rozzy's 13. Nadia is what, 11 or 12?
Yeah, she's 11.
They're
doing great.
They're
trying to beat
ladies.
the summer heat is hard. They like the pool. They would really prefer that I set up that big one like
every day.
All the time, yeah.
They do really well with the baby. Nadia is still a little bit unsure of him. And Rozzy mostly leaves him alone. As he gets a little bit older, they'll like to interact with him.
Yeah, Rozzy's been with like a little bit older kids and loves them. I mean, she still wants to lick them, but like, I think that's just having a kid and a dog.
Wow, look at all this drool.
Drool monster.
Drool head. Who does more of the cooking in the house? Currently, I would say it's Brittany. Mostly because, like, it kind of falls at meal times. I'm feeding him, and so she'll cook while I'm feeding him, and then we'll eat together.
And we've talked about this before. In the past, it's been you, and right now it's me.
Yeah.
And it's just a complete schedule thing. You know, she is done with work around 5, and we want to eat dinner. So, like, in the minute she's done with work, I give her Paxton. Like, I want her to have as much time. Yeah, before and he goes to bed early, so as much time as she possibly can with him within that day. Most of the time, yeah, it's me. And I'm happy to do it.
She's a good cook and she likes to cook. So now, on the days that I do have a minute that I can't cook, I definitely try to do what I can.
I mean, you threw lunch together today.
I did.
Like, that happens all the time. Yeah.
She was napping with him. Do you want a baby girl?
I would love to have a boy and a girl. But
I
if
would
it's
too.
two
But
boys, if it's whatever.
yeah. I have a feeling that we're going to be a boy family. Hashtag. Hi, Mom.
We'll see.
Would you ever rescue or adopt more dogs? Yes, absolutely.
Before we had Paxton, I think I would have just gotten a bunch of land and got all the dogs.
She would have.
And then I would have had lots of toys and like a playground for them and just like lots of land for them to run around. Nadia is pretty much my emotional support dog.
She's an untrained emotional support dog. She's the best. Like, if you're sad, if you're mad, if you're whatever, she will come to you, sit down next to you, put her head on your lap. We always see that Razzie is unapologetically herself.
Yeah.
She has no qualms about who she is.
Which is like, they both teach you great lessons, right? One is just like so kind and sensitive,
Yeah.
and the other one is just like, this is who I am, like
Deal
it or
with
not.
it.
Yeah. Which, like, two great lessons.
What was the biggest challenge growing up as a member of the LGBT community? For me, I would say it's finding community, and when you come out, it's not like you come out one time, right? You come out all the time.
Every
It's
time
not
you meet
like-
somebody, you're coming
yeah.
out again.
Every time you meet somebody, every time you start a job, every time, like, now whenever we meet another family with kids, when he goes to school and meets people, like, it's a constant thing, and I think that was probably challenging for me.
I think when I was younger, I had issues with peers, but it was more challenging with parents not wanting me to hang out with their children.
Yeah.
Like, I was some bad person. Other than that, I would agree, finding community, and I think finding community is so important. It's-
Even now. Like,
I think it's more important now, actually.
Yeah. Are you going to do baby food or baby-led weaning with Pax once you start solids? I think we're going to do a little bit of both. We like things from both sides of that. We are waiting until he's about 6 months old to start solids, but we're real excited about that. He's ready.
He's
for
really
food.
excited, too. Loves when we're eating.
He does.
He would like to enjoy that as well.
I always feel bad because you could tell he'll like watch our fork go from our plate to our mouth, back to our plate, to our mouth, and he'll reach for things and he'll go.
We'll probably start with our own purees and stuff like that.
Have you experienced any negative reactions to you having a child in a same-sex relationship? Not directly. We've gotten some not so great comments on some of our videos on YouTube, but that's kind of to be expected when we're putting our lives out there. We kind of
We knew that was
planned for some of that to happen, unfortunately.
Nobody to our face. I mean, I'm sure there's people that don't agree with it, but we get weird questions.
We do.
Like, from people you don't know, complete strangers, like, did you adopt?
How does that work?
How did that happen?
Example, our neighbor was like, "Oh, did you adopt him?" And I was like, "No, I've been outside in the last 9 months. Did you not notice that I was pregnant?" I guess you didn't. I don't know.
I mean, we've had people everywhere we've gone. I mean, restaurants, just random places.
And when people ask questions, we're always happy to answer because I'd rather them know, like, the facts rather than, like, make up nonsense about it.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously sharing our life on YouTube. We're sharing the whole process, like,
Right.
and we're sharing that coming from a place that there's a lack of information on it.
Right.
You know, and so if people ask us, as long as they're not asking us in a rude way or in a way that is like, you shouldn't have a kid or
Right.
something like that, we're happy to answer stuff that comes from curiosity.
Yeah, for sure. Can you explain how you set your breastfeeding and pumping schedule? In the beginning, I was really struggling with my supply. Being a first-time mom, how my labor went really fast and how he was early. He was 3.5 weeks early. So my milk didn't quite come in for a while. I would say like 5 to 7 days. When I got home, we were supplementing with my breast milk. So I would feed him myself, and then I would pump afterwards. And he would get that milk after he ate the next time as like supplementation to what he was getting from me. And we did that for a couple weeks, probably.
Yeah.
Until like my milk was really coming in and I felt like he was getting enough from me.
Every time she fed him, she
I
pumped.
would pump.
It was a lot because he ate every two and a half hours.
Mm-hmm.
And he would eat for
45 minutes to an hour.
And then she would pump, which that's included in that 2.5 hours. So, 45 minutes to an hour, that's out of that 2.5 hours. And then pumping for what?
15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's typical for people. I was really hell-bent on making sure, like, my breastfeeding journey was going to work. So that's what I did. After 3 months, I started pumping to build a freezer stash. And I, again, was still pumping.
No, you started pumping before 3 months to build a freezer stash. That was when you were going to be back at work.
Oh, it was 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
2 months. I started my freezer stash. And I would still pump 4 times a day after he ate. I don't do that anymore. I'm lucky if I pump once a day now.
No, you pump once. You're lucky if you pump twice. You just started pumping twice.
Yeah, and I kind of gradually wean myself down. But I'm also lucky right now because I'm not using my freezer stash a whole lot because I'm only in my office once a week.
So she has to work from home and be able to feed him. So it's
Yeah.
not as big a deal if you're building it up. She's
Right.
built up a lot.
I had like 600 or 700 ounces in my freezer. My breastfeeding journey, pumping journey was not typical because of those things. You just have to kind of find what works for you and your body and do what you can.
Yeah.
And I totally recognize that not everybody is going to want to pump after they feed the baby every time, and that's okay. It was a lot of work, a ton of work.
Breastfeeding in general is a lot of work, and the first 2 to 3 weeks is really hard.
Really hard. Harder than anybody tells you, for sure.
Like, you will break down, you won't want to do it, you'll want to give up. I guess I'm sharing some of your personal struggle with it. But it's also other people we've talked to, same thing. And, but they don't tell you that before going into it.
Right.
Nobody really talks about that ahead of time.
Alright, this is our last question. We are going to split this up into 2 videos because we got so many questions this time.
Which we are super grateful for. I'm excited to keep
absolutely.
answering more.
The last question is, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back and tell them anything? What would it be? For me, I would say it gets better. Life isn't always going to be as hard as it is as a teenager. They are not the best years of your life. It gets better.
Always keep that inner child alive. And now, like, you guys see where I am just a big child, but I lost that for a long time.
She took herself way too seriously.
And yeah, don't take life too seriously. Opportunities are going to come and go, and you're going to fail, and you're going to make mistakes. And the most important thing is you just get up and you keep trying, and you keep going and doing more things and not giving up.
So like we said, we're going to split this into 2 videos. We'll put the next one out next week. Probably
a week from today.
Yeah, a week from today. If you guys have any additional that you want to add, put those in the box below, and we'll be sure to put them in the next video. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Love by 2 Moms, and we will catch you later.
Bye, guys.